Hi, boys and girls. It's the last day of April, Thursday the 30th, and this is your social studies lesson on the executive branch. So far we have written down a few terms on our page, and we learned about a class election with Otto for president. Now it's time to talk about the U.S. presidency, and I just want to go through and be sure we all have the same definitions down for our current three terms. So grab your social studies notebook if you don't have it, and let's open up to our executive branch page. And here is what we have done so far so that we all have the same definitions and the correct spellings. So president is an elected ruler of a country, or really anything. You can have a president of an organization, but if we just write elected ruler, that's really key. Presidents are elected. They're not appointed like a king or a queen. So that sets them apart. Then we talked about quickly, just in our last meeting for social studies, we talked about the vice president. The vice president, I just wrote pres here to fit it, but you write president, is the officer ranking just below the president. So the vice president also gets elected. The president and the vice president run on the same ticket. So when the people vote for president, they vote for the vice president also all at once. So they're elected officials too. Okay. And then the cabinet. The cabinet is a little less well known, but so important to the presidency. The cabinet is a group that advises the president. And the group is a group of experts that the president puts together, ranging in from scientists to health experts to security experts, military experts, anything that the president might need to have expert data or need help figuring out a hard problem. The president is just one person and can't know everything, so they put together a cabinet of experts so that they can go to them and say, hey, what's the data on this situation? And then the cabinet members prepare talks and information for the president so that they can he or she can make a better choice and decisions, okay? So if you need more time writing this down, or I was shaking it while I was talking, you can pause it here and write it down. We're going to read a little bit about the U.S. presidency today, and we'll stop, and then we'll do more next time, okay? So, the U.S. presidency. Let's see. Okay. Leader of the United States. Did you ever dream of being in charge? You could be if you were the President of the United States. The President is the leader of the country. He has one of the most important jobs in the nation's government. The President has many duties. And here is shown President Obama. So my book is a little bit outdated, and he is in the Oval Office of the White House, and he is signing a document. Who can be president? Being president is a tough job. Not everyone is able to have a chance at it. There are rules about who can run for the presidency. The first rule is that you must be born in the United States or be born to U.S. citizens. Second, you must be at least 35 years old. Last, you must have lived in the United States for at least 14 years. So sorry, third grade, you have to wait till you're at least 35 to run for president, but I have no doubt in my mind that you would all make wonderful presidents. This is actually a picture of a Republican president, President Bush. So this is a different president, and he is speaking, looks like, possibly to his cabinet. Yep, I think it is. There's the vice president and the secretary of state. How we elect a president, okay? Every 4 years, Americans vote for a president. Citizens must be 18 years old to vote. A president serves a term that lasts for 4 years. Since 1947, a president is allowed to be elected for only 2 consecutive terms. So if a term is 4 years and a president can run for 2 consecutive terms, how many years can one person be president? 4 plus 4 is 8. And then that's it. So the way that our Constitution has set it up, there's that limitation on how long someone can be a president to really guard from any one ruler becoming too powerful or being in power too long. We didn't want that in our country because our founders had a lot of experience with kings that would go on and on and on forever with no say from the people. So in this case, when they made our government, they wanted to be sure that there was a limit on how long someone could hold power. Okay, so, and here is a picture of 2 past presidents. Grover Cleveland served 2 terms that were 4 years apart. Okay, that is very strange. He's the only president that has done that, I believe. One president, Grover Cleveland, served 2 terms that were 4 years apart. So he ran, and then someone else was president, and then he ran again later. So he only did the 8 years, but they were separated. Now it has to be consecutive, one after the other. Okay, so we're going to stop there, and we will pick it up next time. For the rest of your social studies lesson, you're going to go into Spelling City and practice terms. Now, there are terms from our whole lesson, things that we haven't talked about yet. That's okay. It's practice. It's introducing you to the terms. It's not to be graded. It's for practice for you. So don't worry when you see terms that we haven't discussed yet. We'll discuss them next time, and they'll already be familiar to you. So that will be useful. Okay, boys and girls, I'll see you next time.